new episode. Know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned into Bro Conversations. Yo, hey, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? I'm your host, OG Odie, and you're now tuned in to another very fucking special episode of Broke Conversations, the world's most poverty-stricken podcast. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody is out there feeling good, doing good, progressing, making short-term goals, fulfilling those goals, making long-term goals. Because that's really what it's all about. If you ain't progressing, you degressing. That's it. There's only two choices in life. Hope everybody, like I said, doing good, feeling good out there. And yeah, back up in this bitch. Consistency is key. That's all I gotta say. And let's go ahead and jump right into the first topic. SoundCloud has recently made a fan powered system that pays the artists that pays artists that use SoundCloud royalties for users that listen to them the most. This is yet another win for indie artists. I think how I just explained it is kind of weird. I'm gonna try to break it down a little different. Basically, it don't matter it don't matter what scale or what type of artist you are. You get paid for the amount of people listening to your stuff, rather than how other companies and like Spotify's do it and stuff like that. Drake and the biggest, and Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber's, those are the artists that bring in the most amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Every other independent artist, they really get pennies on the dollar, because I think I think I said something about this last week, but yeah, a lot of people and a lot of different music companies and production companies and stuff, they value a stream differently. So maybe even over at Spotify, Apple, you get paid more of a percentage, even as a bigger artist, than you would somewhere else, maybe at Epic or another Universal Records, other music records and music industries and stuff like that. So this is yet another big win, especially for somebody like myself, because I've only put out music on SoundCloud, not to make it all about me, but this does affect me in a positive way. It's supposed to be in effect April 1st of this year. So yeah, shout out to shout out to SoundCloud for doing that, and I can't wait to see how much I may receive, because I don't be streaming super crazy on there, but I do a little numbers. If you don't know, shit, I'm gonna post my link tree in the link in the description if you have not listened or heard a song by yours truly, OG Odie. And if you want to give it a listen, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, do what you gotta do, tag me in it. But yeah though, this is amazing, and yet again, like I said, shout out to SoundCloud for showing love to the independent artists, because it don't work like that most of the time. Shit. Anyway, moving on. I just read this recently. Eddie Murphy plans to he originally planned to return to the stand-up stage and return to doing stand-up comedy, but the pandemic kind of derailed all that. He was recently on a Kevin Hart's podcast. What's it called? Comedy Gold Mines, Kevin Hart podcast. Go check that out. And yeah, he said that he had it all in order. He wanted to drop Dolomite and a couple other movies in between. I don't know if you know now. I think today is the first day it's releasing. Coming to America is out now on Amazon. Right now, I don't know if it's on other streaming services too, but it will be eventually. But Coming to America 2 is out right now. I can't wait to check that out and see that. But yeah. He said, like I said, he said on the comedic Gold Mines podcast, he said originally he wanted to drop a few movies. Damn, I'm talking like I'm from I'm from Philly or something. But yeah though, I can't wait, and I know I'm not the only one that can't wait to see Eddie Murphy back in action, because he has arguably one of the greatest fucking stand-up specials ever. Have you ever seen? You can't say you a stand-up comedy fan, like I consider myself, without seeing at least Eddie Murphy Raw. It's so many things that have to be on that list for you to even consider yourself a fan and stuff like that. People, yeah, they like it, but a lot of people, they're not fanatics about it. They're not adamant about knowing about it. And yeah, I remember the first time I saw Raw, it was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. And keep in mind, I'm 21, so hey, I had a whole lot of catching up to do. But yeah, though, I saw it a couple years ago, and it was just not. It's I can't even really put it in words. Go check it out. That's all I can tell you. Go check it out. It was just amazing, and not all stand ups they can work out and put themselves in other people's shoes and act like they're somebody else and act like there may be a child or whatever. And when somebody they can hit that quote unquote nail on the hammer, hit that hammer with on the nail. How that saying go? I can't even speak today. It's all good. But a lot of stand ups they don't have that aspect. You know, they may be good at telling stories. They may be good at even improv acting. You know, improv comedy. You know, stuff like that, or just going off the top of the head. A lot of we already had that conversation last week. If you have not, go check that out. But yeah though, this is amazing. This is amazing. Eddie Murphy, super big, super important to the culture, and I love and before I even get off this topic, it's a certain element that comes with being an older comedian to have 20, 30, 40 years of just being straight, committing your life to that. It's a certain level of comfort and experience, and it's a certain talent in it. Like I said, it's a certain comfort. Like you could tell that they don't get the jitters like they would. Like they're fearless. It's damn near like somebody going out on the court to play basketball, or somebody or a warrior going out to conquer a land, and then you conquer it, and then sometimes you don't, because even the best of comedians they bomb sometimes, and they and they have, but that just comes around full circle, because 9 times out of 10 they can comedians, whether they the greatest or the least greatest, they can bring it full circle while making a whole bit about them bombing, or a whole podcast or whatever, a whole video, or you can make like a whole, you can make multiple streams of content just with one skill. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the richest people in the world and stuff like that, the most high value people, they do things like that. They're not just rich, or they're seldom rich off one thing. Even a rapper can get rich off a rap, but he can't remain rich or continue to get wealthy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's just a certain element that I love about seeing older OGs in this comedy game just not quitting. You know what I'm saying? I recently watched the Chris Rock Tambourine extended cut. Like it's amazing, amazing, man. It's like seeing nothing else. But let me move on. Damn, let me move on. But hold up, before I even move on, let me pull this up right quick. We're moving on to the Would You Risk It segment. You know what I'm saying? And today I got something real interesting for y'all for this segment. Real interesting. And at first I thought one way, and now I'm thinking a different way. But I want to know. This is the Would You Risk It segment. Let me know in the comments on YouTube, whatever, Instagram, DM me, whatever. Just let me know if you would accept this circumstance in your life. Period. Anyway, on to the first Would You Risk It segment in a while. It's been a while, I ain't gonna lie. Austrian couple sends out Austrian couple sends out wedding invitations with a poem and a request for money, because they admitted in that poem that they were in debt, and that was something that they were that's something that they feel like is way more important than gifts or whatever. They said, nah, we broke. and honestly, to me, it takes a whole lot of integrity to say something like this and to do something like this. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring it, because I screenshot. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up, and I'm gonna read this to y'all. It says, "Wishing well." This is the poem that they sent out. Our bank account is in debt, and we will like it. Let me start over. Our bank account is in debt, and we would like it to go back into credit. Please visit the ATM. We know you are a gem. Pull out your greens and let it be seen that your kindness is real when it's given its final seal. So place your cash in our wishing well and make our dreams come true. That would be swell. First of all, this isn't the greatest of poems or greatest of rhymes, but I like. First of all, I like that they made light of the situation. If anything, they could have just send the money. You ain't even gotta come. You know what I'm saying? They really could have, or they could have put their cash app on and be like, hey, you ain't even gotta come. We're gonna have. It's just gonna be me, the justice of the peace, and my husband, or whoever wrote this up, and we just gonna have that. Just go ahead and send the money. Go ahead and send the money to my GoFundMe at blah blah blah. they like honestly, there are worse ways to ask for money and to portray this message. This like I said, at first I was like, damn, what the fuck, niggas asking for bread. But when you think about it, I've had many conversations with many different people, different sexes, different ages about this, and we've all really came to the same conclusion that, or at least I convinced them that weddings aren't for the people getting married. Weddings are just to show off. Weddings are just to show off what you have, or how much money you spent. Wedding is just a fucking big party, you know, and it's a whole lot of money. And I know that being married, it's very sacred, and a lot of people they want to wait till they get the right amount of money, or whatever. But honestly, there is never a right time to, like, 100% right on either side. Right time, 100%, or it's rarely. I ain't gonna say never. There's rarely a right time for everybody to have all their finances in order, or I'm gonna have $1 million before I get married, or whatever personal, long term or short term goals that you have for a relationship onto marriage. Um, but like I said, just to bring the attention back on the poem. First of all, like I said, I like the fact that they kept it light. It was a little poem. It wasn't the greatest of rhymes or poems or whatever. It was dope. It was dope. But the thing about a wedding is, and if you received the invitation, and the thing about this is everything is optional. So you can't get mad at the couple if they did send that to your crib. Like, you wouldn't be able to pull that card. Honestly, if you ain't like it so much, just don't go. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, bro, at the end of the day, weddings are all just for that. What and even if I flip, like, on the wedding topic, if I flip it to the person coming to the wedding, um, it's not a competition, or actually it is a competition in a lot of people's eyes. Weddings are a competition to how much I can splurge on this gift. Sometimes when you have certain groups of people and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it is a competition. At the end of the motherfucking day, like, if you really want to keep it high, I heard somebody say this and it stuck with me. Somebody said everybody that was with you when you got married, they should be in. They should have a whole nother ceremony if and when you decide to get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to show their best. And, oh, look, I got this ring, and he spent however much on it, or whatever. Or we had fireworks and dolphins and doves at the wedding and all that shit. And but shit, like I said, I like the fact that they kept it real, and they being honest, honestly. But I'm not gonna ramble. I'm not gonna ramble too much on this topic. Like I said, hit me in the comments, in the DM, whatever. Would you hit me in the comments or whatever and tell me, would you risk it? You know what I'm saying? Is this something that I can see, or that you can see yourself doing in the future? Is this something that you could be like, cool, fuck it, like, honesty is the best policy, my nigga. I'd rather somebody be honest with me than flex like, oh yeah, we spend $1 million, we got a yacht on this for this wedding, but like, you paying that shit off for the rest of your life, plus college debt, plus other shit on top of that, plus regular bills, plus kids. It's just a whole lot to come with it. But so you know, before I wrap it up, I motherfucking would risk it. Fuck it. If I ain't got it, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. Nigga, if you know me, you know that this is the world's most poverty stricken podcast. I already told you, nigga. We broke. We have nothing. but we moving, and yeah, turtle better than the hair, as long as we keep on track. Um, like I said, that was the end of the would you risk it segment, and let me move on. Travis Scott and the Travis Scott and the Cactus Jack Foundation are partnering up with the city of Houston to give out um 50,000 meals to people in need. This is amazing. Like I said, a few weeks back, or maybe a week back, a lot of people, they coming together. Trade the Truth and Relief Gang. I gave them their props last week. There's a whole lot of people that are really trying to make a change and really trying to help people that are in need. And if you can, please most definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Travis Scott what's Travis Scott and the Cactus Jack Foundation. Yeah. Moving on. Shout out to Big Scott. That all right. Now to get I can't even speak. Let me slow it down. I can always do this. Hold on. Hold on. God damn. Let me slow it down. Lemon water, lemon agua. Got to be on that. The House of Representatives just passed the um. Let me read it. Let me start over. The House of Representatives just passed the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act to improve law enforcement's accountability and to root out racial bias in policing. The bill also creates a national registry, um, the National Police Misconduct Registry, to compile data on complaints and records of police misconduct. So I guess like the gist of that is they're making the whole committee, as they should have already had. Like, why is internal affairs something in the government but something not in a branch of the government, which is policing? You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. But fuck it, whatever. I'm not gonna be negative Nancy on the shit. This is amazing. This is something that we need to most definitely take most definitely, so we can all have accountability for our actions. It don't matter what badge you got on. It don't matter if you're EMS. It don't matter if you're a pastor, whatever the fuck. We should all, if you do wrong, you know what I'm saying. RP to George Floyd, RP Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, countless others. If you do wrong, you should be accountable for it. And simple as that. Simple as that. I just hope I don't know if it passed all the way through. I don't know if it's actually law now, because it takes the Senate and the House and all that other stuff. A lot of people, they have to agree on it. But I hope this gets pushed all the way through and it's implemented, because we all need to be accountable. And a George Floyd situation, a Mike Brown situation should never fucking happen again, especially on camera, especially in front of hundreds, maybe thousands, especially in front of hundreds of people, dozens of people. That's nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. But oh, now I put my phone up. But like I said, RP George Floyd, this is amazing, and we need more accountability, and we're seeing that at least more people there are willing to, at least consider it now. And progress is progress. I'm not gonna be negative Nancy. This is what's up. Shout out to the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, and everybody that signed off on that. Moving on. Soulja Big Draco. Drake. Drake. Big Draco is back at it again. Soulja Boy sparks beef with Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss recently over a tweet that he made that said rap game faker than the WWE. Um and this is so funny because honestly, niggas will talk about beef. This is how you beef. This is honestly the perfect way to be. No, nobody gonna get killed, gonna get hurt. Nobody this, nobody dead, homies. This is the perfect way. And honestly, if Soulja Boy got the balls to face Randy Orton, hey, I give him all his props. I don't give a fuck about the phone get smacked out of his hand. I don't give a fuck about the blood nigga pushing him in his own hood. I don't care about none of that. If he fight, even if he loses, even if he don't lay a hand on him, if he got the balls to meet up with Randy Orton inside the WWE ring with hundreds of thousands of people in it and millions of people, trillions of people watching, Soulja Boy got all my respect. But honestly, I feel like this, if I'm gonna keep it hot, I don't think this is gonna go nowhere. I feel like this is just gonna be cool for the fans to get involved, and people like me to talk about it and shit and big it up. I don't think it's gonna happen, just for the simple fact that the Chris Brown and Soulja Boy fight didn't happen, because whoever pulled out, I don't know which side it was on. Maybe it was both, but obviously somebody didn't want that smoke. But like I said, this is how you motherfucking beef. Fuck all the other shit. Fuck all the disrespect. This is how you motherfucking beef. If you gonna beef with arguably one of the greatest wrestlers of the last 20 years, arguably, like people, and the fact that Randy Orton is still wrestling and man, it's just amazing. I love seeing the OGs. I even tried a little while, maybe a few years ago. I tried to give wrestling a chance again, the new wrestling, and it's like, I don't know all these motherfucking people. They're not as charismatic as somebody like Jeff Hardy was. He literally jumped off the WWE fucking billboard and swanton and broke up or sprained his body on top of another human body. It's like, yo, you're not gonna see that again. Like, the culture is getting too PC, too motherfucking whatever you want to call it. The culture is getting too finicky and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some motherfucking legendary shit. So shout out to Randy Orton, Alexa Bliss, and Soulja Boy, my nigga. Like, this is how you do it. And to end this shit off, I want to speak about me. I kind of wanted to do a story time type thing. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. I'm just do it. I want to speak about. I don't know where you living at, but where I'm living at, I grew up near a Boys and Girls Club facility, and that's where I used to go after school. And I was lucky because it was so close to my house. Because when I had moved from, I used to live in Ador. I moved up to where I'm living at now, and something that I noticed about going to the Boys Girl. I don't know if y'all, like I said, if y'all can relate, if y'all been there, or whatever. But something that I noticed that changed about my experience going to the Boys and Girls Club. When I went when I was, as a kid, like super young, middle school and shit like that. Like it was like or even the start of high school. It was cool because the people in there they kind of wanted to teach people stuff. They they wanted to help kids with homework and all that stuff. Help kids, I guess stay off the street or whatever and stuff like that. To not do drugs and stuff like that. They used to have so many cool programs and little field trips and even if we didn't have field trips, so many cool activities for us to do. But as I progressed in age and I got to like 10th grade, not even 10th, like yeah, about the end of 10th grade, the start of 11th, like I saw that niggas like the staff had changed and the people that were handling us as children or when I was a kid, like they weren't the same people and some people they didn't act when I was younger the people they actually acted like they care and stuff. But when you got older, niggas like bro, of course children are gonna be rowdy after school. We gonna want to hoop and sometimes we be pushing and all that other shit. But niggas would treat us like inmates at the end of the. I'm not even gonna say no names. I'm not even gonna say put nobody out there. But as I got older and as time progressed, people started to treat us like fucking slaves. Like, oh damn, oh y'all want to play basketball today? Y'all not gonna do that. Y'all need to do this, da 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 da. Why are you not acting? And that was like, and it seemed like that they were angry because they were holding us at a standard that they were being held at, or maybe they were in a certain space in their life where they was just unhappy and it showed in the attendance because a lot of people they was like fuck this shit, I only come here to hoop because that was the only reason I came there, like the main reason because I wanted to get good at hooping and shit and I did. But once they started treating niggas like inmates, having silent lunch and shit like that, and it was just so many things that they cut out. We used to have movie night and shit like that. We used to go, like I said, field trips and shit. Niggas was just being weird and like I said, the attendance reflected that. A lot of people they weren't with that and they was arguing with the staff members and shit like that. And then the staff members they would just take shit way out of proportion and shit like that. And that was something that really fucked up a lot of our, what I'm saying, us having fun and shit. And it's funny because now I look back now. Some of the kids that went, and some of the kids I was cool with that went when it was like before it got all bad and shit. Them niggas, I'm not saying this is a direct this is a direct action just because it was getting fucked up. But some of them niggas they selling drugs, some of them niggas they in the street, some of them niggas are locked up and shit. And it's like I just feel like if that environment was a little fucking better, you know what I'm saying, it was a little fucking caring, if they actually gave a fuck about us instead of just oh it's time to eat, oh it's time to play, oh fuck that, oh you acting like children, so cool, I'm gonna treat you like an adult and punish you because you should be acting like an adult even though you're a child. It was just so much of that shit. A lot of people, like I said, they maybe got off the right track. A lot of people that was hooping for the rec team, they was like, man, fuck that shit. Niggas is acting weird. We can't even hoop. We can't even do this. We can't even do that. We can't even have freedom. It's like, bro, we just leaving school, and them niggas is telling us what to do, acting like our parents, ISS and all that shit. Damn, we come here to get some relief and just chill and just talk and be fucking children. And niggas had issues with that. That shit was super weird. But the reason why I brought that up is, between the time of me first going there and me leaving, I want to tell you about the first time I got somebody high to end this shit off. So this is a very special high. This fuck I can't even speak. This is a very fucking special story time segment. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm just about to go ahead and get on in it. How it happened was let me see. I think I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say his name is Marvin. I'm gonna say his name is Marvin. All right. Me and Marvin, we was cool. We was friends in school and shit like that. And we used to chill when we had classes. You know how that shit go. Whenever you got classes with somebody you relate with, you talk. But then whenever um whenever your class changed or the semester changed, you don't talk to them as much. Regular life shit. But this was one of the times we had class. It was cool and I think Marvin had told me that he never smoked before and shit like that, and I think we had planned, we had talked in the cafe in the what's that shit called, in the little lounge area. The where our school was built, it was classes, buildings all around, but in the courtyard, that's what it's called. In the courtyard, we had talked about doing it. So we school ended. Fast forward all the bullshit. School ended. We ended up getting on the bus, going to the Boys and Girls Club, and then as we got off, we didn't go into the building because you know you gotta walk into the building. We actually walked a couple of streets away, and I had some. That was back when I was smoking. Man, that had to be a little while ago. No cap. That had to be maybe ninth grade. Damn, I think maybe not. I was super young. Yeah, I think I was around ninth, or maybe a start of 10th grade. Yeah. Like I said, back then I was smoking mid and shit. But anyway, we walk the streets away. You know what I'm saying? A couple streets distance away. You know, so niggas won't smell it or tell or whatever. Um, and that's the thing about smoking weed. Smoking weed when you're young, niggas think just cause you got some cologne that'll cover it up. No, not all the time. but listen, we had smoke and niggas was acting weird. He was like, oh, I don't know, I can't feel it. I can't feel it. I was like, bro, just wait a few minutes. You gonna feel it. And it was super funny. We was out there laughing, and then we eventually stopped smoking and we walked back. And he was like, "Damn, I'm smelling like weed. I'm smelling like weed." I was like, "Fuck it, I got you, bro. I gotta have some axe in my bag." Sprayed myself down. You know what I'm saying? Whoop wop bam. Spray. Gave it to him, and you know Marvin. He sprayed himself down. It was cool. All right, so fast forward. We walk on the way back. We walking all the way back up there. We finally get in. We sign in at the front desk. Then we go and chill. Um we was together and we was laughing and giggling the whole fucking time. So after like 10, 20 minutes, I was like, bro, we gotta split it. We gotta split it. Otherwise, they gonna know we did some shit. So we split up. We split up and shit. And niggas was just laughing, playing, like acting. He was acting super goofy, and it's not like he could stop it. Like the first time you get high, and then you're around kids. We was all just chilling and shit. But like I said, we made a plan. We split up. It was like, hey, just in case, you know what I'm saying, somebody find out. Um, long story short, I think somebody had snitched on us, or maybe he was tweaking out way too much. They eventually called me and him. One of the people one of the adults, obviously, that ran the boys and girls. So I ain't gonna say his name. Called me into the office and said, "Hey, basically said y'all too high and I know it." And we was high, we was paranoid as fuck. And I ain't gonna cap. I fucked up on this mission, boys. I ain't gonna cap to you, man. I fucked up. We was high. He was like, hey, I'm gonna call you mama. I'm gonna call you mama, and I should call the police. Just let me know what happened. And he was grilling us and shit. I was like, I ain't gonna cap, bruh. I I gave up false information just to get myself out of this bitch. I am not gonna cap. I told Omar, I said, hey, it was his shit. It was because at the time I knew that the dude that called us and we was in his office and shit. I knew that he had kind of a soft spot for me because he thought I was a good kid, but he thought Marvin was a bad dude. So I was like, fuck it. And I said, hey, it was his shit. He had it, blah, 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 blah. And Marvin was like, what the fuck? How you gonna do it? And I was like, damn. And now that I think about it, that was some really fucked up shit. I would never do that shit again. But, bro, I don't know what it was. I feel like it was, the dude that called us in his office. Let's call him Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete knew what the fuck he was doing. So me and Marvin, we was just chilling. We was just chilling and waiting. He had called our parents and shit. Apparently, or I think he asked for a number, and yeah, oh yeah, he called his mom, then he called my mom, and it was so funny because the whole while we was waiting, we was just dead laughing. We was laughing, playing, joking, just making faces like, and it, oh yeah, I forgot. But before this even happened, we was roasting Mr. Pete, talking about that nigga look like a crocodile. That nigga look like, and it's so. We was. Man, that was one of the greatest moments in my life. But yeah, like just so I can keep on track. So we were just sitting, waiting to get picked up from our parents, and honestly, in by the grace of God, my I think when he called my mom or whatever, my sister had answered, or maybe he had the wrong number or whatever. My sister answered, and then she came to pick me up. So luckily, I ain't have to deal with no heat from my own mom and shit, because she would have been on my case. And actually, it's funny because to this day, I've never told her that. I never told her this story, but I probably will. I probably will soon. But Yeah, though that was basically the first time I've ever put somebody on to smoking weed or whatever. Like it was so fun and it was so fucking crazy. We was making so many jokes and like that was one of the craziest fucking times and the best, most exciting times. And it's funny because we probably ain't even last an hour of just being chill or whatever. Look, we probably ain't even last an hour because like I said, every time you smoke weed, you think that just cause you got some axe, that's cool. Nah, actually, the fact that they found me, because I was chilling, he was tweaking, I was chilling. The fact that they found me, I had to be smelling like weed. So yeah, I think after that, I started being slick with it. I started putting take a water bottle, pour it out, and then filling it up halfway with some mouthwash. So just in case, but at the same time, my fingers still gonna smell like it. My clothes probably still gonna smell like, even with this shit. I wasn't even thinking, but then at the same time, I think after that, that was when I started bringing an extra shirt, because I had gym class, but I still wanted to bring an extra shirt just in case I smoke, or an extra jacket or some shit, and I wouldn't wear it until I was smoking shit. Like I was getting smarter and shit, but eventually, but yeah though, like I said, that was a crazy time. That was dope. That was dope, and that was a little story time segment because I feel like I need to keep it a little. Keep this connection. Keep the good stories before they all go to waste in my mind. I be smoking a lot. I may forget it, so yeah, I need to get it out. But yeah, I'm your host OG OD. This has been another very exclusive episode of Broke Conversations, and this is the world's most poverty-stricken podcast. Before I forget it, and yeah, peace. For a new episode, know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned in to Broke Conversations.